Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Katie. My channel is all about home decor, shopping, hauls, and all seasonal decorating. Today we are going to be styling this thing. This is the Juliet Dining Cabinet from Walmart. I got this on a Black Friday sale and it was only $232. And as part of the deal, it also came with free assembly. I have not ever decorated a cabinet like this. This is the first cabinet, dining cabinet or hutch that I've ever owned. And it feels like there is a lot of space to fill, but I have quite a bit of stuff, which I'll show you guys here in just a minute. So we'll just try some different things out and see how it turns out. Here is all of the stuff that I could use. So a lot of this is existing decor that I already had in my totes. There are a few things that I had bought for after Christmas decorating that I might use. Like I picked up this and these plates. These are by the Pioneer Woman at Walmart. I thought these were so gorgeous. They look like snowflakes. That's what they're supposed to be, but they have that really pretty vintage look. I got this matching mug, which is also gorgeous. And I was only able to get one mug, which was kind of a bummer. They only had one left at my store, and I think these are sold out online. But I'm going to keep checking online to see if they get restocked. But I do have one. And these were items that I had picked up at Home Goods a little while back. I really like kind of that Mackenzie Childs look. This was an item that I picked up a couple months ago at Target. And this was a home run from Target, in my opinion. I love the veining on this. This was a cutting board that I picked up pretty recently at Walmart by the Pioneer Woman. I really love the scallop details. This is something that I bought at Target. I have like a matching one that's a little bit smaller. Little serving board. This one's by Threshold as well. This is a recent purchase from Walmart. This is by the Better Homes and Gardens line. I just think this is a really pretty dough bowl. It's got some pretty nice texture to it. And then these were something that I actually picked up recently at Walmart. These are from My Texas House. They're Christmas decor, but I was actually going to use these for winter decor. I like the metal on them. And then this bowl set is also by the Pioneer Woman. I think it's just part of her classic collection. So this one is that scalloped one by the Pioneer Woman, and I really wanted to use this in here. I wanted to have kind of a big cutting board, but one thing that I'm realizing kind of right away is that this, for one, I wanted it to hopefully stand up, and it doesn't really fit like that. And then the other thing is that I feel like there's not enough variation with this wood right here, so it's gonna just kind of get lost in the background color. So I actually don't know if I'm gonna use this one, but I may be able to keep this and use it somewhere else in my kitchen. So let's try this one here. So that fits a lot better, and then I get the contrast with the background, so I love that. And then it ties in with the black, so it brings that black in here. So I think this one is better. This is a cutting board that I already had. It's from Hobby Lobby. I think they have quite a few of these black ones in different sizes and shapes. but this is one that I have styled in my kitchen for like my regular decor, my non-seasonal decor. So I'm gonna use it here. So I got these two vases from HomeGoods. So I was able to get the two different sizes. So I thought these were beautiful, and I have been just waiting to bust these out and use them. So I really want to showcase them here on the top shelf. These might be pretty here. Let's try this. I got this at Hobby Lobby. I think it has kind of that crate and barrel look to it. It's just really simple. And at the time that I'm posting this video, it is during the holiday season. So I think this, you know, has a little bit of a holiday feel to it. I'm not gonna deck this thing all out this late in the season. I did all of my Christmas decorating and my Christmas decorating videos already. So I think this is a way to bring in a little bit of Christmas, but I'm just not gonna buy like a whole bunch of decor for this year. I will definitely be decking it out a little bit more next year, but again, since it's so late in the season, I don't think that I'll do that, but this is kind of a way to get that holiday touch. But I had gotten these for my winter decor, and so I think that I'll be able to leave them in here, you know, throughout the winter, and that'll look really pretty too. So I won't have to change this up. I think maybe like adding some kind of greenery here might be kind of nice since we have a little space. So I have this stem that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. It's one of those stems that it's almost like a little bouquet in the whole stem. It's nice and full. I'm gonna try this. I think it might fit. I'm actually gonna put it in the smaller one. See if that works. And that is almost perfect. Maybe kind of fluff these just a little. Just bring it to life a little bit more. And these are nice and bendable, so that's really great. This has a little bit of a real feel to it too, so that's nice. So, oh, that's pretty. I love that. Okay, just kind of fluff it just a little more. That's gorgeous. All right, I'm thinking we're getting somewhere here. I might move this over just a touch since. So I've been dying to use this piece, which like I said, I picked this up at HomeGoods. It actually has feet, so it can be a tray, but I think what I'm gonna do, just so you can see it really well, is lean it back here. Just again, bringing in that little bit of like Mackenzie Childs touch. So I've got a couple more vases here. And these are both from HomeGoods. Again, just things that I already had on hand. And I love these. They both have some really great texture. Kind of give you guys a close-up of this one. Really pretty. I love the little handles on it. And if you're familiar with like the diagonal method in decorating, I think that's one thing I might try and go for a little bit with this, just to give some cohesion to the shelves so I've got these two vases and I'm coming down, I've got two vases here, and they're both in, I know they're not the exact same color, but they're both in kind of a cream color. So one thing I really want to do with the cabinet just over time is be able to display seasonal dishes or decorative dishes. So for right now, what I have are these snowflake plates. And so I want to display these. Again, these work really well for Christmas, but they also will work for winter decor too. So I think what I'll do is I'll place one here and then I'll put the stack next to it. So that way we can still see this really pretty checkerboard piece here. Let's see how that looks. Kind of want to move that over so it's really visible. And I guess one thing I kind of need to keep in mind is that when the doors close, like the middle won't be as visible. So I need to make sure and have, I think, a little space kind of in the middle. So I'm going to move some of this stuff. Maybe move this over just a little. So I know it looks a little awkward now while we're decorating, but when the doors are closed, it'll look better because you'll be able to see the decor well. So I like that. So I think let's keep going. Let's go down to the bottom. I'm going to leave it here for now, and then we can add and take away as we move along. I'm gonna place this bowl from Walmart here just because it's so low. I know it will fit here. And I know I need to take this tag off. All right, so again, just incorporating like that diagonal method here. So I have the snowflake plates and then this like black and white checker print. So I thought here I could do this snowflake mug, and it fits really well there. And then I have these two plates. I know they're not checker print, but they're the same, like the same glaze style with the wooden detail, and they're black and white. So I think they match really well. And take them out of their package. And I got just stacking them here. And you can see, kind of see the black and white on the top, maybe just bringing it all the way to the edge so it's as visible as possible. And okay, I think I'm gonna leave that there for now and take a step. I'm gonna do the bottom and then take a step back and look at everything and we'll see. I'm gonna do a couple more vases. Let's maybe do this one here. These are my short vases, so they're gonna fit, I think they fit just perfect. So what I like is that we've got that same, we're kind of repeating that same cream color texture. And with this vase, it's obviously not in the exact same color, but what I do like is that the color does work really well with the other colors. We have kind of like a wood tone and a tan sort of shade going. So it is in line with those colors, which I think works really well. And these both have some really nice texture to them. So I love that. And I love this bowl set, especially when you look at it from the side. I'm gonna add my tablescape glasses here. So this is how everything is looking so far. I think I really like where things are at, but I do want to make a few tweaks and just try a couple other things out. So the first thing that I'm thinking is to add this cutting board up here. And I'm gonna kind of layer it so that you can still see the black, so we get that contrast. But I think this stands out enough from the background because of the checkered that you can still see it. And then it's a way to kind of pull in another like aspect for that diagonal method, because we've got the checkered here and then the checkered here. This, for some reason, looked just a little bit like sparse, and I really wanted a way to pull this in if I could. So I actually kind of thought maybe I'd move this back behind here and then put this here. And then just to help the bottom feel a little bit more full, I'm gonna add 2 more of these glasses and just push these back a little. So I want this to feel full, but not cluttered. And I feel like we're kind of getting there with that. So I don't want it to feel too sparse. And I'm really loving how this is looking right now. I do think it's really hard to see that bowl there in the back. I might try and maybe move it just a little bit. I kind of pulled it out just a little bit so you can see it a little bit more. It's still kind of hidden, but I think it just adds a little bit of something there to the back, which, you know, again, kind of diagonal method. There's something in the back on that diagonal spot above it. So I think having something below there helps a little bit to balance that out. And yeah, so it's not perfect diagonal method in terms of the vases, but it's pretty close with the diagonal there on the left, and then they come down to the right, and then the bottom left there. And then we've got the checkered print down to the checkered print black and white. We're bringing the black and white down, and the snowflake plates with the snowflake mug. So I think a lot of this is working together really well. And then the color palette, you know, we've got kind of that creamy white and then the black and white and some of those organic tones with the wood. And even this metal is still kind of a similar tone to some of the other things as well. So I think that all is working together super well, especially given that this cabinet is black and then it's got the wood tone shelving there on the inside. So I think the last thing I need to do is just pop a couple of little tea lights into the houses to light those up. So I'm gonna do that, and then we will take a final look at how it all turned out. For tuning in to today's video. I am so happy with how the dining cabinet turned out. Every time I look over here, I smile, which is a really good thing. I don't think I've ever been like this with a piece of furniture where I love it so much. It just fits the space really perfectly, it blends really well with my decor style, and I love the quality of it. I think this was such a great value. I think it'll be fun to change it up seasonally, but I love what I have going on. I think things came together really well, and I plan to keep it like this kind of throughout the winter season. I think this works great for Christmas, but this will also blend really nicely into winter too. If you did find it helpful, I'd love it if you would give it a big thumbs up and let me know what you think in the comments. And also, if you're not already subscribed, I'd love it if you'd subscribe. I have some really great seasonal content coming up. I will link my Christmas playlist in the description box as well. It has all of my Christmas decorating videos, so if you're looking for a little bit more Christmas ideas, I'll have that down there for you. But I'd love to have you back. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great week, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.